everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been MIA recently on YouTube, and to be completely honest with you, it's because I have been taking my fitness seriously. I do find that I get quite, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but I get nervous about being overwhelmed, so I almost psych myself out of doing things. So while I've been really kind of going hard on my fitness stuff, my YouTube's taken a complete backseat, but that's not the way life should be. So I thought, what better way to then combine the two, not be overwhelmed and not be an idiot. I mean, it just made sense. But on my Instagram, I told my followers that I really do want to learn how to do splits. I mean, I'm 27, not getting any younger, but I've never ever been able to do splits. I think I'd done gymnastics when I was like 4 for like a week or so. So I'm not very flexible, or I wasn't very flexible, but I've been giving it my best shot with the help of John Paul, because I mean, I actually wouldn't have got off the ground if it weren't for them. And I have been getting a lot more flexible. So when I told the people that I work with at John Paul that I really wanted to learn how to do splits, they was like, before you do anything, let us have a chat with our physios. They came up with like a plan for me, and I've been following that every day religiously for about 3 weeks now. So I'm what you'd call professional. I'm not, as you're gonna see. But what I did want to make very clear is this isn't a how to do the splits guide, because I haven't done full splits yet. I'm working my way up. I just wanted to basically document my journey as a 27-year-old non-flexible woman attempting to do the splits. So please, I'm all for critique, but I don't think I'm professional, and if you are, that's all well and good, but I don't need to hear it. So some of the essentials that I've got to do my splits stretches daily is my water bottle. As I've also mentioned on my Instagram, I have been drinking a gallon of water a day. That sounds a lot. I think it's like 3.7 litres. I've actually smashed today. Clearly a thirsty beep, but I'm on the 7 PM time. And what's the time? It's 6 o'clock. I'm not, I mean, I'm 1 hour ahead of schedule. But I just like having water near me. It really helps, because it's really hard to drink it if you're just not doing anything. So when I'm doing the splits, or when I'm doing my stretches, when I'm doing my Jonple workouts, this is always very close. And I also bring it with me in the car, because it's all well and good like saying that you forgot it, but if you've always got it near you, it's basically like my child, you've always got it near you, you don't have any excuse. One thing I will say is it should come with a warning, because the first, I would say about 2 weeks of me doing this, I needed the toilet more than I've ever had in my entire life. And when you need like a water wee, it's urgent. Like when it strikes, it's like get to a toilet ASAP. But that kind of dies down, and I suppose your body just gets used to it. So now I'm not weeing like a baby anymore, which is fab. Other than a water bottle, I've got my iPhone set to a timer, because I'm going to be doing the stretches that I'm going to show you for a minute each time on each leg. So have that handy. And I've also got the pictures that I'm going to be following that the lovely guys at John Paul sent me, and I've been kind of quietly impressed with myself. I've also got, this isn't essential, tissue, because I'm currently fighting for my life with hay fever. And here I go. So sorry, before I start, a few other essentials that I forgot to mention were trainers. Obviously I've not got one at the minute, but there is a certain stretch that I'm going to be doing that requires me to have trainers on, and socks. Now I could probably do it without socks, but I want a little bit of slip because I want to cheat. And also exercise mat. I don't even know where I got this from, Sports Direct, you can get them for really cheap. And I also need a pillow, because I don't know what's wrong with my knees, but the pain of my knee being on a floor, oh my god, it absolutely crucifies me. So I'm like, if I didn't do it with a pillow, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I have checked with the guys at Jonple and they've said that it's completely fine and it won't change my progress. There we go. So you're at a stretch. Trusty water bottle, see what I mean? I also got told the other day that putting my lemon in my water is classed as one of my 5 a day. Fucking winning. Wow. No human should be in this position. Jesus Christ. This one you don't need a pillow for because it's 2 knees and I don't like taking a piss with 2 pillows basically. You're gonna put your knees to as wide as you can on your mat and then lean into it for a minute. If you get into the position and you feel like you can move your knees a little bit further, please do, but don't push yourself. Oh, and we go. I'm sweating. Ooh, ooh. Oh my God. So that is it in terms of my 5 day stretches that I do every day, and I'm now going to go on to the exercise that I do every other day to try and get me to my splits. I'm going to do this for 20 seconds and I'm going to build it up week on week. So this one is me going for 70% splits. You will need something to rest on and you want to put all of your weight on your heel. Woo-hoo. My final exercise. Oh, nearly. People do splits. Ow, I think my womb's got a cramp. But I mean, I'm closer than I've ever been. All about perspective. Splits are going really good. Cut. So that's the guide that I'm following to try and reach my goal of being able to do the splits. I did initially set out for 30 days, but I think that was a little bit unrealistic for me anyway. So I'm not really going to put a time date on it. I'm just going to see how I go, but in the meantime, I'm getting flexible anyway, so what's to lose? But I did want to just kind of go into a little bit more about what I do with Jonple and my kind of work as a brand ambassador. So when I first started to look at ways that can help me lose the weight that I gained in lockdown, I was taken back by how many fitness and health apps there were on the market, and it was a little bit overwhelming for me. So the reason why the Jonple app stood out to me was because not only did they cater for your fitness needs, your diet needs, they also catered for your psychological side. And for me, I just feel so much better when all three are going together. So that is why I've really wanted to work with Jonple, and I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to become a brand ambassador. So I wanted to explain to you why I love it so much, and hopefully why you'll love it so much, because you can get a 14-day free trial with them before you spend a penny, so you can see what I'm raving about. The reason why I wanted to do the splits challenge I've kind of set myself was because in order for me to learn how to do the splits, that didn't necessarily have anything to do with how much I weighed or even how healthy I was. It was more of a personal goal for me, so it almost took the pressure off, and I wanted to do that alongside my other exercises that I do 4 days a week. So when I'm doing my circuit with the Jonple app, if I'm doing a little HIIT session, then I always fit in a little session where I can practice my split stretches, and even on my rest days I just like to get that done because it makes me feel like I'm doing something. And I just know personally I'm very reward driven, so I know that when I do eventually know how to do splits and can do the splits, I'm just going to feel amazing. And it's not going to have anything to do with how a pair of jeans look on me or how many nice comments I get on my Instagram. It's going to be more of a personal goal. So I would highly recommend you setting yourself a goal that doesn't necessarily include how you look or anything like that, just something that you want to reach for yourself. And that is why I love the psychology side of the Jonple app, because every day I'm tracking my progress with the splits. I'm kind of writing what I'm really doing well at and what I'm still struggling with, and I can just read back from like 3 weeks ago from when I started, and like my first entry I was just like, what am I doing? And now it's like, oh, I can manage like 1 minute and 30 seconds in this like position. So it's really good to look back, because I find unless you document it, it is really difficult to see that you actually come really far. So I would highly recommend, if you are going to be using the Jonple app, which I suggest, make full use of the diary, because it just makes you feel good about yourself, really. So this is not a paid video. I have to put ad in the video because I'm a brand ambassador, but it isn't, I'm not being paid to do this video. I just wanted to give you a little run through of why I'm using my Jonple app and why I think you would really enjoy it. 14-day free trial, absolutely no commitment unless you want to, but I have a good feeling that you will. Make sure you're following my progress on Instagram. I often upload meals that I've cooked or exercises that I've done, or me just generally moaning about life. And who would want to miss that? Now, what I don't think people understand is when you download the Jonple app, you have to complete a fitness test, and that there is absolutely no pressure for you to be smashing world records, but it's just to see what your ability is like. And from that fitness test, they will then create a fitness plan that will work completely to you and for your goals. It's literally like having a PT live with you. That sounds like hell, but I promise you it's amazing. And this is going to make me sound very lazy, but hold my hands up. My personal favourite feature of the app is that because your meal plan is completely tailor-made to you, tailored to the macronutrients that you need, they create every single meal that you'll have for that day. And not only do they do that, they even create your shopping list. So you don't need to go through recipes or find a meal that you want and then look at all of the ingredients that you need. You literally get, you can decide, I think it's for up to 14 days. So you can decide that you want your shopping list for the next 2 days, next 3 days, completely up to you. And then it will create a shopping list. You just go to the shop for that. I'm so lazy, but that is so convenient. I don't know, it's the small things in life, isn't it?